This is the Stop Bullying with Tolerance podcast, coming to you live from Sedona, Arizona, with your host, Anke Wolf. This podcast series has been created for parents, teachers, grandparents, and kids alike. We're here to support the Tolerance Foundation and its work to stop bullying. This is for the young and the mature. Thank you for being with me today. Today it's you, the woman, and me. Yes, I have chosen a topic for you, the woman out there, the woman who is listening right now and is waiting for a tiny spark of life, joy, and light and encouragement. So today I'd like to speak about something that is truly, truly close to my heart. And that is addressing the wounded woman within. Because it is sometimes overwhelming to raise kids when we are in pain. It's overwhelming to go to work and do all the requirements that come with that. So, dear woman out there, so let me invite you to take a moment and spend that moment with me. How about if we are learning together to create this inner journey to stillness and peace? Yes, with me right now. You're listening, you're with me. This is for every woman. This might even give you a few spiritual tools and skills for implementation. So if you feel like it, have paper and pencil. I'd like to give you a few pointers on how to bring in a bit more soul balance, a little bit more self-assurance, soul balance, and peace in these stress-laden times. Ready? Okay, here we go. But first, allow me to introduce myself to those of you who are listening for the first time. I'm your personal shamanic life coach and energy healer with a special touch for the female soul. You know, my passion is to help women to find their emotional independence and inner peace. I'm also a veteran educator and have created school projects against bullying. Just what I want you to find. I was able to give that to children so they can find inner peace and strength and live without fear. For this Stop Bullying project, I had been nominated for the President's Service Award and was honored by former President Bill Clinton. And this project is called Tolerance. Yes, it derives from the word tolerance, which evolves into today's Tolerance Foundations and its work for schools. The project around tolerance has been created especially for the youngest children among us, so they have a chance to grow into self-assured kids without being bullied. Yeah, the Stop Bullying with Tolerance project provides children with the tools and skills they need to grow into strong, self-assured school-age kids and teens. And this Stop Bullying project helps moms and grandmoms to find and regain their soul balance and inner strength. So let me jump right into our topic today, because today is the women's time on this podcast. This is especially for you, the woman who struggles. One of the ingredients for soul balance is our own wisdom. I ask you, where does soul wisdom come from? And how does it contribute to our spiritual awakening? Remember, it is said that wisdom is the product of knowledge and experience, or better yet, it is the experiences we have via our ever expanding knowledge. So, is it possible to have wisdom without experience or without knowledge? No, it is not possible. That's why we become wiser while growing older and most likely pay more attention to the fascinating pictures of life creatively paints. Now, mind you, if we choose to live consciously learn from our mistakes, and choose to do better as a result, we develop wisdom at a greater rate than if we are mechanically floating through life, according to the school of hard knocks. When we speak about soul wisdom, we usually refer to existing wisdom and knowledge that the soul has registered from other life situations. Did you know that you can access your soul wisdom at any time? However, that requires that we pay a little bit more attention to the signs given by our soul. We connect with our soul wisdom through creativity and intuition. And yet at the same time, it is an open book for the needs of our soul. And if we listen deep inside to ourselves, we discover how we can meet those needs the soul is crying for. This is the path to inner peace and a stress-free life. Remember, you, the woman, comes first. Okay, how do we create inner peace, meet the needs of our soul, and much more? Today, I'd like to touch only on 3 points, and you might want to take some notes. Point 1, you come first. Point 2, do what feels right. Point 3, stay true to yourself. Number 1, you come first. Yeah, I see you and hear you smile. No time for that. Or if you do put yourself first, then too many people say, God, is she selfish? I know. Been there, done that. Yet, dear woman, listening to me, hear me, you come first. It is not being selfish, but it is recognizing that when you're okay, everyone, especially your kids around you, are okay too. Hello, moms and grandmoms. This is especially for you. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? I know, always the others first, and then we come. And then we have a chance to be thought of, most of all, by ourselves. And that is what I need you to truly understand. You come first. That brings me to a situation I'd like to share with you. A client of mine shared with me after we had sessions discussing the differences of taking care of self and being selfish. Well, her teenage boys came home after school one day, expecting, as always, their sandwiches made and ready for them. That was how I did for my kids for years and years, until I learned, wait a minute, a teenager is old enough to fix a sandwich. Of course you want to spoil them. And of course it's nice to come from school, their long day at work, and mom has everything ready. But let's finish the story from this client of mine. Then one day, the mom, she decided to read a book and sitting in the backyard. Now, I don't recall if it was deliberately, but she forgot the time and the sandwiches were not ready. Hollering, questioning, even downright anger mixed with disappointment came from the 16-year-olds. She calmly told them that she was reading a book and must have forgotten the time. So she encouraged the boys to realize that they are old enough to fix their own sandwiches. Because it can happen that also a mom can forget the time. So what she did is she encouraged them, and then she said, please clean up too. And she went back to reading. Guess what? She took care of her soul. And at the same time, she encouraged and supported her children in a vital learning process to become independent and not only depend on her. And the fun part of it is her kids accepted it. That's just a small example of how you need to learn to take care of your own soul, how to take care of yourself, because you come first. And now let's jump right into number 2. Do what feels right. Listen to your solar plexus, your gut feeling, and you will do what feels right. Even a small decision like to choose from a menu at a restaurant. Which dish feels right? Which one makes you even more hungry? Then go for it. There are many, many examples we can list on doing what feels right. Remember the mom? It felt right for her to read a book. That's exactly. She stood up for herself. And that's what I'm saying. Do what feels right. In number 3, Number 3 is stay true to yourself. Be in your truth. Stay in your truth. Be honest with yourself. What does that actually mean? It means that you really do what feels right. Do you see how we reach into number 2? That you really do take care of yourself and pamper your soul. Oh yeah, pampering your soul is a big one. Are you, yes, you who is listening today, are you pampering your soul? I just love this one. Pampering your soul is part of living stress-free and finding inner peace. You see, if you do not take care of yourself, first of all, who will? I mean, you satisfy the longing of your soul. Small things have the greatest impact. So eat the ice cream, buy the flowers for yourself, take a nap, go get the blouse you always wanted. Do you understand that meeting your soul's needs are mostly small, everyday things? That's what I'm trying to get at. These are not big things. These are not family or world-shaking actions. These are small